crafty story time.
Tommy and his bad cloud. Once upon a time, in a small village nestled between rolling green hills and sparkling blue streams, there lived a boy named Tommy. Tommy was an ordinary boy with an extraordinary dream. While most kids in the village played with dogs, cats, or even the occasional bunny, Tommy dreamed of having a pet cloud. He spent his days looking up at the sky, imagining what it would be like to have a fluffy, white companion that could float above his head, shield him from the sun, and maybe even rain a gentle shower when he was thirsty. One bright sunny day, Tommy decided that he would make his dream a reality. He packed a small bag with a sandwich, a bottle of water, and his favorite red kite, and set off towards the tallest hill. He knew the Hill of Winds. As Tommy climbed the hill, the wind whistled gently through the grass, and the sky seemed to grow closer and closer. By the time he reached the top, the clouds were indeed hanging low, their soft edges just within reach. Tommy stood on his tiptoes and stretched out his hand towards the nearest cloud, a small, puffy one that looked just the right size for a pet. To Tommy's amazement, the cloud seemed to respond to his touch. It floated down even lower until it was hovering right in front of him. Tommy's heart raced with excitement. Carefully, he reached out and patted the cloud. It was as soft as he had imagined, like a pillow made of mist. "Would you like to be my friend?" Tommy asked the cloud. The cloud bobbed up and down as if nodding. Tommy beamed with joy. He had a pet cloud. Tommy and Nimbus were inseparable. Wherever Tommy went, Nimbus followed, floating just above his head like a loyal companion. The villagers were amazed when they saw Tommy with his pet cloud. They had never seen anything like it before, but they quickly grew accustomed to the sight of Nimbus drifting alongside Tommy as he ran errands, played with friends, or flew his kite. But as much fun as they had together, there was one thing that worried Tommy. Nimbus seemed to be getting smaller. At first, it was barely noticeable, but over time, Tommy realized that Nimbus wasn't as big and fluffy as he used to be. Tommy decided to ask the village elder, Mr. Wren, for advice. Mr. Wren explained that Nimbus was losing moisture and suggested that Tommy take Nimbus to places with more moisture in the air. Tommy set out on a journey with Nimbus to find more moisture. They visited a lakeside, a riverbank, and the seaside, where Nimbus seemed to enjoy the damp air and began to grow larger again. Tommy noticed that Nimbus had absorbed more moisture each time, making him fluffier and bigger. The biggest surprise came a few days later when a gentle rain began to fall over the village. Tommy and Nimbus went outside, and as the raindrops fell, Nimbus started to swell. The tiny droplets clung to Nimbus like beads, and soon the little cloud had grown back to his original size. Tommy was overjoyed. As the seasons passed, Tommy grew older and prepared to leave the village for new adventures. He took Nimbus to the Hill of Winds one last time. He looked at his friend, who had been with him through thick and thin. Nimbus floated close, as if giving him a gentle hug, and then began to rise, drifting higher into the sky. Tommy traveled to many places, met new friends, and had many adventures. No matter where he went, he always looked up at the sky, searching for a familiar, fluffy cloud. On days when the wind was just right and the clouds drifted lazily across the heavens, Tommy would smile, knowing that somewhere up there, his pet cloud, Nimbus, was watching over him. The end.
Tommy